country music announce.
From the control room of Television Studio 1 in New York City, just west of Central Park, it's time again for music, fun, and excitement with your favorite recording artist and your Saturday night host, Dick Clark.
Who likes Beechnut? Here it comes. We like Beechnut. Here it comes. Beechnut coffee is rockin' free. It's flavorific.
The Dick Clark Beechnut Show with Ray Peterson, Billy Bland, Chubby Checker, the Ivy 3, and Conway Twitty. Now here's the star of our show, Dick Clark!
Hey, well, by George. Thank you very much. John, how's the horse tonight? Everything right now? Here's the man with the easiest job in television. Can you imagine parking yourself on this and having 4 coolies push you around all day and raise you up and down? You're looking well, Dad. I must agree with you. We would like to use some of the technical end of, whoops, I'm pushing you down into there. Goodbye. No, some of the things that you don't see in television we'd like to show you tonight. There are many, many people who are responsible for putting on a television show, and people who work very hard and diligently. You never get to see them. I was going to talk to you about something else for a second. Time. How long have you had a haircut like this, old fellow?
Yeah. About 2 years.
2 years. Do you wear it that way year-round?
Yes.
It's nice in the summertime.
Yeah. Much.
Do you know this fellow?
No.
You've never met him before in your life? What's your name, sir?
Joe. Joe Knight.
What's your name?
Joan Krell.
Joan. Joan and Joe, eh? Do you like men with long hair or short hair?
Doesn't matter.
You're easy.
Yep.
I was just curious. You know. What do you like? Long-haired men, short-haired men, medium-haired men?
Medium.
Medium. And curly. Thanks a lot and good night. I've naturally strained hair now. No, I was telling you before when we started off that there are a lot of very wonderful people who work on this show. I heard Gary Moore once say and disclaim everything that ever happened to him. He said that all of the people around him were responsible for his success. I have never been quite as successful as Mr. Moore, not even that much, but anything good that ever happened to me happened because of the people who work this show and the one during the weekdays. And it embarrasses me sometimes because people are inclined to give you more credit than you're due. So tonight, let me, first of all, thank them publicly for working so hard. There are actually about 80 people who work on this show, and if you counted everybody down the line forever and ever, it would probably amount to thousands. You never see all of their work. They work mostly in the background. They do good jobs. They're very conscientious, and I thank them. There is something else, too, that has a lot of background to it, but I think you're pretty familiar with this. This needs no patting on the back because it speaks for itself, or it tastes for itself. Beechnut Spearmint. It's the best tasting, most refreshing chewing gum in the whole world, but a lot of background work goes on with it, too. I'm sure you have no idea the countless thousands of hours of research and experiments, months of development that went into this to make sure that they put the best ingredients in it, that they wrapped it just right, so that all I say is true, that it is the best tasting, most refreshing chewing gum in the whole wide world. Tell you what I wish you would do. Reach for the one that's wrapped in dark, dark green and made for a teen. Flavorific Beechnut Spearmint. You know, something occurred to me the other night. Somebody probably has sat there through, I think this is like the 131st show or something, 131st. And you probably heard me hoot and holler about Beechnut Spearmint 1,000 times, and I bet you never tried it. Will you do me a favor, do yourself a favor? The next time you go to the gum counter, and I told you I was going to have trouble tonight. And we were talking about the trouble I have around. But if you see this green wrapper and you've never tried it, will you say, that's the one he's been talking about. I think I'll try it. You know what? You can buy it again, I'll bet. I think you'll like it that much. It's flavorific. I was telling about the people behind the scenes. As you probably know, the audio or the ear portion of this program is pretty important to us because, after all, it's a music show. There is a man...
What's the matter with you?
What did you say?
What?
What were you saying to your girlfriend?
I didn't say it. I just said
No, it's all right. I'm not, don't worry about it. I was just curious. I heard out of one ear. She said, I can't tell. Couldn't see anything? Is there something in your way? You don't have your glasses?
No.
Don't you have them with you?
No.
Why don't you put them on?
Because they don't want to be seen with me when I put on my glasses.
Your girlfriends don't want to see you? You mean to tell me she won't walk down the street with you?
They wouldn't. I told them that I thought I looked more intellectual with my glasses on, and they wouldn't let me put them on.
You mean these 3 girls refuse to be seen with? Do you realize what the glasses manufacturers in the country, now thousands of them, are throwing themselves out the windows at this very moment? Let me tell you something, and I mean this in all seriousness. And we'll not kid for a second. I married a girl who wore glasses. I thought she was the most prettiest thing I ever saw in my life, and she wore glasses since she was like yay high. Don't ever let anybody fool you on that. You're pretty with or without. You girl. Disgraceful. No. Anyway, I was talking to you about the audio portion of the thing. There's a man upstairs whose name is Jerry Sheen, and he is responsible. As a matter of fact, there he is. Jared, do me a favor. Will you turn on? Your mother's only going to see your right ear if you don't. Hey, you handsome rascal, you. Thank you. Now, what is your name, please?
Kitty.
Kitty, Jerry can do a lot of things to your voice by pushing buttons and turning knobs and so forth. Imagine for a second that you were talking to this crazy girlfriend of yours. What is your name?
Patty.
Patty. All right, Patty. Imagine you were talking to Patty for a second, and you were on the telephone. Jerry, can you make her sound like she's on the phone? Say hello and how are you?
Hi. How are you?
There you are. There's a phone bit. Jerry, how about putting her in an echo chamber, and you give me your name, age, and where you're from?
My name is Kitty Moran. I'm 13 years old and I'm from Mamaroneck, New York.
From Mamaroneck? Where's Mamaroneck?
You know where Rye is?
in a wheat field. No, I know where Rye is.
It's in Western.
Yes, I know. I lived there for about 18 years. Not in Rye, but close by. Now, Jerry, what else we got? What is that thing, the reverberation thing? This is very confusing. Now, tell me, tell me about where do you go to school, and introduce me to everybody else in the row. and listen to yourself at the same time. Say 4-score-and-7. Mary had a little lamb.
Mary had a little lamb.
Try it again.
Mary had a little lamb.
Gotta go fast.
I can't even remember it.
Oh, you're in sad shape. Jerry, thank you very much. I imagine you girls would be a lot of fun to be with. You hang around a lot together?
Well, this is the first time I ever met Patty.
And you wouldn't let her wear glasses, huh? That's a fun. How do you do? Where do you live?
I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, you're a long way from home, then. You got lost.
I used to live here.
And this poor girl doesn't know how to get home tonight. I mean, she couldn't tell me where Rye was. All right, hold on, ladies. You may be wondering where we are right now. This is the control room of the television studio. They call it TV1, I think, here. Garth, how many actual monitors are there up here?
There's 15 in all, Dick. Previews and line monitors.
The man behind the voice is over here, Mr. Dietrich. I think maybe you have met before on occasion. Garth, who else works with you at the table?
Well, to my right here is my associate director, Lou Frederick, and to my left, Johnny Broderick, the technical director, who's in charge of the crew, the engineering crew.
The miscellaneous people you see in the background are other production people and so forth. John, could you work with Garth maybe? What does it mean that this wipe generator, why do they call it a wipe?
Well, it's a device that's used to electronically wipe from one picture to another, to wipe one picture out and bring another one in.
Well, if we look up here, can you show us something and show us how it
Johnny,
works?
why don't you try 85?
You dial it just like a telephone,
Just like a telephone. Beautiful control.
Then what happens?
Well, watch. Go ahead,
Let's see.
Johnny.
All right. Oops, there we go.
Checkerboard.
Back to the audience.
And back to you again, Dick.
It comes back again. And you can use all different sorts of shapes and sizes and things
All
of that
shapes and sizes, and I understand it's possible to make any shape. The shape of a piano, the shape of a guitar, any shape.
Johnny, excuse me, you just dialed another one. Are you calling a girlfriend, or what? Have you got another thing going up there? Will it happen if you do the magic word? What did you just dial?
Try, Johnny.
Huh? Panama?
Okay, we're going to work on you a little bit, Dick.
What are you going to do to
We're
me?
going to make you nice and slim for summer.
Oh,
here.
bless you.
Okay, go ahead, Johnny.
Are you going to skinny me up a bit?
Yeah, here you go.
Uh-oh.
In the vice.
Help!
You know, one of the things that we used to play back, years and years ago when you were a kid, you know, you had a light up against the wall. I said, Rook, we can do it with this monitor. If you could buy it, he said, just flip the lenses around, give me something a little closer, okay? So you can play this silly game of, there you go. It goes on forever. Just looks like the chorus dancers and so forth, and the goose and the... Well, you know, you get the general idea. The funny thing about this is when you get in here, it's pretty confusing when you do a television show in here because there are so many pictures to choose from. Let me show you a picture of the world's most refreshing fruit gum treat that you'll find anywhere. It's this one. Let me hold it over here. When you try it once, you'll try it again and 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 again, all the way down. This is the one to look for when you go to the gum counter. And if for any reason you don't see it, I tell you what I wish you would do. Look very carefully, and if you don't see it, ask for it. I would imagine now, well, you probably got a shot from the hairline to the lip now or something. I'll put the product right in here so you can see. You look for this one here in the white wrapper. This is about as close a shot as you'll ever see. Tell you what, let me give you a much better look, just so in case you go out and you have any possibility of missing it, it will never happen. This one right here is the one that's wrapped in white. It has the Beechnut name on it. That means it's extra good, and we'll give you just a little bit of a change of pace, something a little different. And if you haven't tried it, I hope you will soon. All right, let's see if we can run me down again. They're getting more ferocious every week here. This is the whole Beechnut family. Beechnut peppermint chewing gum, Beechnut fruit gum. If you don't see this one, ask for it. You'll be glad you did. This is our baby wrapped in green Beechnut spearmint and candy-coated Beechnut beachies. To all of our friends up in the control room, gentlemen, thank you very much for making it interesting tonight. Mr. Dietrich and your associates, I hope we can drop up and see you again sometime soon. Incidentally, our guest next week will be Jim Reeves, Frankie Lyman, the young fellow sees Little Bitty Pretty One. Paul Evans returns. Bobby Comstock has a new thing called Boney Maroney. And to top it off, Dion and the Bellman. So you come on along and join us. Can we get everybody out to say goodnight? Can we send all the folks out? Thank you ever so much for coming aboard. We'll see you again soon. For tonight, Dick Clark. Good night.
Dick Clark and the Beechnut Show have been brought to you by Beechnut Spearmint, the gum that's flavorific. Reach for Beechnut and join us again next week, same time, same place, when we'll be swinging your way with Dick Clark and the Beechnut Show. This has been a Drexel television production in association with the American Broadcasting Television Network.